Okay, so it looks like I'm live. I'm just waiting to have it start picking up. Uh, yeah, just waiting for it to start picking up. Then I'll catch it on my phone. And then I'll get started. I'm just streaming music production. I'm going to get in the habit of doing this more often, kind of show you what I'm working on. A lot of people don't like to do it because they say, okay, well, most of the stuff I make is crap, so every one song out of the 10 I make is good, so why would I show you that? But I'm going to try to stream everything, because even if something I make sucks, like, there's still learning opportunities there. And as an artist, you learn from that. But hopefully as an audience, they learn from that as well. Like, hey, here's someone that makes a cool song, but they also make stuff that sucks, and here's what they learned from it. So let's see, just waiting to have it pop up on my page here on my phone, make sure everything's streaming in right, and then I'll get started. There we go. Cool.
Over the years, Clementine saw a lot. She saw Mark grow up.
Okay, so let's see, where am I at here? If I keep looking up, that's because I have notes up there. I have a big fat whiteboard I'm taking notes on. Okay, I'm through the commercial. Okay, so let's play some stuff. Let's see, can you hear me? If I'm talking during it, what if I talk off of it? Okay, I'm through the commercial. Okay, so let's play some stuff. Let's see, can you hear me? If I'm talking during it, what if I talk off of it? Okay, cool. We're all set. What's up? What's up? It's Wh1tcomb here. I'm here to give you a live production stream. I'm going to try to do these more often. A lot of people, a lot of producers don't necessarily like to do it because, like, okay, well, but I make crappy music. For every one good track I make 10 crappy tracks. It's like, okay, well, doesn't bother me if I'm making something and it stinks, like, big deal, like, that's a learning opportunity for you and for me, and why not stream that? Cool. I can make good tracks, but I could also make stuff that sucks, so that's a cool opportunity. So I'm gonna play through something I've been working on for a while. I think in the future, hopefully, I'll start from the ground up. I'm producing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometime between between 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time. And that'll vary a little bit given when I'm able to wake up at and get started at. Probably more like 6:15. So hopefully you'll get to see something start off from the beginning and kind of work its way to a complete project. Right now, we're pretty close to a finished project on this track. I'm calling it Flux Step because it's got ideas of a Flux Pavilion track, but it's kind of turned into a space track. So if you have any questions, just check out the chat, and I'll answer your questions. At some point, I'll get that XSplit chat or the Twitch chat. I'll try to get it in here too, so when I bounce these to YouTube, you can see what's going on there as well. But until then, this is kind of just like a test run, seeing how everything's gonna go. So what I like to do is take notes. So you might see me looking up as I'm playing this whole track through to give you an idea of what I'm working with and to give myself a refresher for what I'm working with as well. Now a lot of people say they have to just go through a track. Like they say, okay, I can't do hour sessions and break it apart because then I lose my creativity. Well, for me, I've kind of fixed that issue for me. I'm taking notes. So I have a big fat whiteboard up above my up above my two monitors. I have my laptop right here, and then I have another monitor right here, which I have Twitch on. So like And then above that I have a whiteboard. So like I'd never really lose my inspiration for a track because like when I have cool ideas, I'm writing them on that whiteboard. So it's like, okay, maybe I can get to them. Like I couldn't get to them Monday, but maybe I'll get to them Wednesday. It's like the second I read that note on the whiteboard, so long as I give myself enough information, it's like, okay, I know what's going on, and the inspiration kicks back, and it kind of like jump starts where I was at. So like keep notes, because that way that'll help you not to lose your inspiration, and once you get back to the track, it'll help you to kickstart it, and you can still make a cool track as long as you have a good note telling you what you were thinking when you were in that inspiring moment. So without further ado, I'll show you what I've been working with, and then I'm going to be, probably standing up taking notes and etc. But here we go.
For some time, we've been after a well-organized, completely ruthless space gang. They've been looting ships, raiding settlements, getting away with murder, literally. Can a gang like that be tracked down? We made a start, but most of our leads have taken us just exactly nowhere. Remember, thousands of lives are at stake. For some time, we've been after a
Gang with a spaceship.
space rat can still fire. We haven't got a chance. It's a long shot. Gang of killers. Are we ready to blast off? All right, prepare to blast off.
We haven't got a chance.
Space rat can still fire. We haven't got a chance. It's a long shot. Gang of killers. That was rough. Seeing, hearing everything. And being helplessly paralyzed.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's what I'm working with. So looking at my notes up there and kind of listening again, I'm gonna try to knock out two things today on this track. First thing is probably pretty simple. So in the intro, there is this space thing going on, right? So let's see, where is it? Oh nope, it's not in my mids basses. It's in. Yeah, here we go. it's this. Right, so I really dig that, but I think having it play over and over again is cool, but like it needs to build on itself. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to call it's called Space Whistle, so I'm just going to call it SP Whis, and then I'm actually going to duplicate it, right? Let's see. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to call this Space Whis. I'm going to call it a harmony. Right? Okay, so I think, let's see, where is it?
For some time, we've been after a well-organized...
Okay, cool. So right there, yeah. I wanted to do a harmony for me, so let's see.
For some time, we've...
Okay, so we're gonna go to this. I think I'm not the best, but I get the concepts of what's going on here. So I think I'm gonna shoot for for 4 transpose. Usually I just loop them and I mess around until I get it's either a 1 3. It's usually either a 1 3 5 7 or 4 is what does the trick for your harmonies. And so I'll just do that by ear once I get this loop right. That's annoying. There we go. I'll just do that by ear until I find a harmony that I'm liking.
For some time, we've been after a...
So that's not it for...
after a well-organized, completely ruthless space gang. For some time, we've been after a well-organized...
So I think actually either maybe just doing up an octave, either up or down an octave, because it's not, the harmony's not sounding good. So
raiding settlements, getting away with murder, literally. For some time, we've been after a well-organized, completely ruthless space gang.
okay, let's see, how far do I want to stretch this?
For some time, can a gang like that be tracked down? We made a start, but most of our leads have taken us just exactly nowhere. Remember, thousands of lives are at stake. For some time, we've been after a well-organized, complete...
And let's see, what do we have here? Okay, so 12 plus 5 is 17. 12 plus 5 is 17. And then that's, so this will just be that. Now we're going to do a complex pro on that. No, I think, oops, I was using just complex. Okay, so here's what we get. Let's join these. Man, okay. So it's just consolidating. Yeah, so that's something else I'm going to figure out. So like there's a consolidating menu happening there, but it's not popping up. I think it's some settings in XSplit to show my windows. Okay, so here's what we get with those together. Sounds like a kettle, man. Okay, so if you didn't notice, what I just did here is I created a space whistle sum here. So that means that this and the octave up and this are going to this sum bus. So here. There's both of them, right? Cool. Now the only thing I am not sure about is I can't hear. Okay, it's still there. Okay, cool. So let's see if they did what I was trying to do, which was, you know, add some interest in that intro.
For some time, we've been after a well-organized, completely ruthless space gang.
Okay, I just gotta turn that down now.
They've been looting ships, raiding settlements, getting away with murder, literally. Can a gang like that be tracked down? We made a start, but most of our leads have taken us just exactly nowhere. Remember, thousands of lives are at stake. For some time, we've been after a
Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, cool. Okay, another thing I just noticed too. I tried to duplicate the gang with the spaceship part, but first off, it's quiet. And second off, I kind of like, because I was having trouble hearing it before because he just says gang with the spaceship. Now where is that?
nowhere.
Gang with a
There it is. I just called it Space Gang. Right. So,
For some time, we've been after a
gang with a gang with a spaceship.
okay, so the issue is that I couldn't hear it because other stuff was taking over it. Let's see if that's the
time we've been after a
A gang with a
time we've been after a
gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
Okay.
time we've been after a
Gang with a spaceship.
So, I kind of like it like that. So,
For some time, we've been after a
Gang with a
gang with a spaceship is kind of what I'm trying to go for.
gang
Gang with a gang with a spaceship.
gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cutting off the spaceship part, but that's okay.
For some time, we've been after a
Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
And you know what I could do? I could actually, let's just take this part, let's cut it, paste it there, and then let's just, let's shrink it. So we're going to warp it, right? So I'm going to warp it. I can't remember if it's less or more. There we go. So let's do 170.
Spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
What kind of warp mode do I have? Right?
Spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
Cool. So that fits in the time, right? Okay, so let's see what that sounds like.
Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, so we're going to join all that together. Oh, what time is it? 11.
Gang with a
Now let's see. What's that
gang
at?
with a spaceship.
That's way too quiet. So we're going to turn this up to like -14.
Gang with a spaceship.
sometime we've been after a
Gang with a spaceship.
sometime we've been after a
Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, so now I'm going to do something goofy here. Just to give it some background, make it meatier, make it cool, right? Let's see. Where is it? I am looking for a vocoder. Okay, so I'm going to use vocoder to do something interesting, but I'm going to group it, right? Because I'm going to do a parallel vocoder. I'm going to do one, duplicate. Oops. Okay, so we're going to call this the dry, which is just going to be unprocessed. So we'll delete that. And then we'll call this the wet. Okay, now I know with Ableton there's, you know, everything has the dry wet on it. And, you know, so I don't have to do this, but I want to because I feel like I get more control over it when I'm doing it like this. So, yeah, so I don't have to, but that's how I'm going to do it because that's how I like doing it. Okay, so let's look at the wet.
Sometime we've been after a...
So that sounds sick. It's like spacey and stuff. It's just nasty sounding. So do I want it low or high? Let's do both. So let's do... Oh, okay, I got a cool idea. So we're gonna take this. And we're gonna go like this. So we're gonna call this wet right, and then we're gonna duplicate this again, and we're gonna call this wet left. Okay, it's just an idea. I think it'll work, but this is just an idea. So where's my utility? I'm gonna toss a utility after this because it's in mono, right? And we're gonna crank this all the way 50 right. Well, let's do 25 right. Okay, now we're gonna take a utility here and we're gonna toss it in. And we're gonna do this 25 left. Cool. Okay, so let's just work on the right now. Okay, so then, but we're gonna change this to -12 here, right? So. Okay, so let's take these down -10, -10. Now let's see what we got.
Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
You know what? I don't think I like them left and right.
Gang with a spaceship.
Well, 15, 15. Cool. Okay, so I think the octave. So let's just do the octave up.
Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
So the issue is I'm not hearing enough of the vocals. So let's. But that was like 53.
Gang with a spaceship. 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 Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna also do. Let's just get crazy. Let's do octave down, right? So. I think it's utility I can do that with. No, I'm wrong. It's a plugin called Pitch, I think. And I'm honestly, I don't know if I can do it. I don't think I can do it with audio. Okay, that's okay. So we're just gonna double it then. Gonna get rid of this.
Gang with a spaceship.
So we're gonna make this like -20. We're going to do an octave down. so that's all cool. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to bounce all this, both of these to audio real quick. So, resampling. We're going to do that. We're going to hit record on this. And then let's just record.
Gang with a spaceship.
Cool. Now, let's see. Now, usually I get rid of this, but I am hesitant to get rid of it. So I'm just going to unmute. I'm just going to deactivate the clips. Or deactivate the channels. And then no input here. And then here's my sample. And it was too loud.
Gang with a spaceship.
So let's see, where's that?
Gang with a spaceship.
Yeah, that's at like -8, and that's not really where I want it to sit in my mix. So let's do like -4 on it.
Gang with a spaceship.
And that sits at -12, even more. Let's do like -8.
Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, that's better. Maybe -6.
Gang with a spaceship.
For some time, we've been after a...
Gang with a spaceship.
For some time, we've been after a...
Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
You know what I think I'm missing here? I think I'm missing a little bit of like a... I think I'm missing like some sort of distortion. Is it erosion I'm trying to look for? No, I never can remember. It's the Bit Crusher. Redux. Okay, so I'm going to take Redux. I'm going to EQ this beforehand, so we'll turn this off.
Gang with a
Okay, it's pretty much already EQ'd, so we'll just...
gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, so let's...
Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a gang with a gang with a spaceship.
Ah, sorry guys, sorry.
Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, so I want a downsample on this.
Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship. Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, so I need to group this because I need some sort of parallel on this. Dry, we'll get rid of this. Wet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to duplicating that lead today. The changing the lead and the second drop switch. Okay, cool. So we're going to change this to like -6.
Gang with a spaceship.
Let's do like 8.
Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, cool.
For some time, we've been after a...
Gang with a spaceship.
For some time, we've been after a...
Gang with a spaceship.
So I don't really like that it says like it does the like the stutter.
For some time, we've been after... For some time, we've been after a... For some time, we've been after...
So unless I chop this.
Been after a... Been after a... After a...
What if I like chop it like?
Been after a... 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 Been after a...
Really?
Been after a... some time we've been after a... For some time we've been after a... For some time we've been after...
Gang with a spaceship.
That's cool. Okay.
For some time we've been after...
Gang with a spaceship.
Cool. Okay. Okay, so I maybe have about 7 minutes before, even less. I probably need to be done. 15. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna call that a day because I need to get to work. So here's what I did today. So I did this intro. And then I added this here with the octave.
For some time we've been after a well-organized, completely ruthless space gang. They've been looting ships, raiding settlements, getting away with murder, literally. Can a gang like that be tracked down? We made a start, but most of our leads have taken us just exactly nowhere. Remember, thousands of lives are at stake. For some time we've been after...
Gang with a spaceship.
Okay, so that's what I got. Hopefully next time I want to get 2. So that's pretty much the exact same as that is the exact same as this. Which I like it. That's a cool part, but like I don't know. When stuff duplicates, like I get bored. I already have a second drop here, right? So I was trying to say, okay, well, let's bring back some of what people are used to, but honestly, it just like it makes it boring since like this is different. And then it goes back to this, which is already here. It's just kind of like, okay, no, that's boring. So like I'll try to. I need to think up some way next time to, probably switch up the chord changes and whatnot and make it more interesting. The only problem is I'll probably need to chop it because I've already bounced it to audio, which usually I'll keep stuff in MIDI, but I tried to bounce it in audio just to simplify things and reduce processor load. So it'll be interesting because maybe I'm gonna have to chop it up, and that'll be cool because I don't do that much. So anyway, thanks for watching. There was some production stream. I'm Wh1tcomb. And like I said earlier, I'm going to try to do more of these. Even if the song stinks, I still want to stream production because there's always something you can learn from watching someone work. So until next time, I hope you all have a good day.